What's up, hackers? The holidays are here, ready or not. We're in the midst of it, and so that prompted me to think about, I actually am working at a restaurant right now as a culinary manager, and so in doing scheduling and things like that, it prompted me to kind of think about kind of consideration, you know what I mean, in the hospitality industry, when other people are vacationing, enjoying the holidays, enjoying monumental moments, we're oftentimes working and helping to make memories for those people. And, it can be tough, especially if your significant other or family has not been in or around the industry. They don't understand, like, why can't you be there for Thanksgiving? Why are you late to Christmas? Why do you have to work on Mother's Day? Like, I don't understand. So, just want to kind of talk about consideration in those instances. So there's three things I kind of want to discuss in scheduling in and around the holidays. A couple of tips and tricks you could potentially use. So I've heard a lot of different things of how people navigate around that to try to be fair to the team and spread the work around. I would say the number one thing is just to always be very clear in your communication. So if it's a requirement of your establishment that people work on holidays or the Mother's Days, the Father's Days, the Valentine's Days, things like that, be very clear from the very first interview. Let them know, hey, this is the expectation. Don't let it be a surprise. Don't let it be oh, well, I have to do what? Just be open and honest and transparent about it. Most people who have been in or around the industry are aware that, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and those type of days, those are big money days for restaurants. If you're in other aspects of the hospitality industry, maybe tourism industry, people are going out of town in the spring and the summer and, vacationing, and we're going to need all hands on deck during those months of the year, right? So a couple of tips and tricks I've heard. Some people use a lottery system for scheduling, right? So a lottery system basically is, some people do it kind of like a raffle, maybe. Like you pick one holiday or the other. What I'm trying to do, Thanksgiving just passed, so the people on my team that work Thanksgiving, I'm going to try to schedule it so that they don't have to work Christmas. I'm not guaranteeing anything. So word is bond, right? So if you promise somebody something, just be careful about what you promise, because they will call you on it every time, right? So a lottery system is maybe, hey, you draw straws, pick a number or a letter out of a hat. What you get is what you work, things of that nature, anything like that, right? Another trick is I've heard people use kind of a sign-up sheet. So you put your key dates on a sheet and say, hey, you pick either the date that you want to work or the time, right? So if you prefer to maybe work an opening shift on a certain holiday versus a closing shift or versus a mid shift, then you can sign up. Now, how you do the sign-ups can vary also. You can do the sign-ups just like first come, first serve. You can do the sign-ups based on seniority. So whoever, your senior member of the team has been there the longest. Yeah, somebody been there 8 years, you get first pick. What do you want? Where you get the first sign-up. And then on so forth. After that, last person to come to the team. If I just hired you last week, you know what I mean? You probably gonna get what you get. It's everyone else is signing up before you, right? Another trick that I've heard is the rotation. So I kind of already mentioned that. So for instance, if you work Thanksgiving, you don't have to work Christmas. I've done it in the past where between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, you pick what's most important to you. So your number one pick to be off, maybe, New Year's, every year my family does something huge. We have a gathering, we count down together, or we watch, the apple drop, whatever. So that's my number one pick. I must be off on New Year's. So I try, in that type of setup, I try to guarantee everybody their number one. So whatever your number one pick is, you will not work. The number 2 pick, the number 3 pick, we may have to compromise. We may have to have some flexibility there. But I will try to give everybody their number 1. Typically, I've done that again. Like I said, I've done that in the past. Typically, everyone has a different focus. Like, it's not everybody wants New Year's, or everybody wants Christmas, or everybody wants Thanksgiving. Some people don't even celebrate, certain holidays, so it's not an issue for them. So it usually tends to be pretty spread out. Again, whatever your communication is, just be transparent. Like my current team, I told them, look, like at the end of Thanksgiving, well, we broke records on Thanksgiving, and we had a prefix Thanksgiving menu, and people came out for it, right? So at the end of the night, one of my guys was like, hey, so everybody that worked doubles today don't have to work Christmas, right? So I was like, I'm trying really hard to make that happen. He was like, well, what does that mean? You're kind of smiling when you say that. I said, I'm not guaranteeing. I said, I'm going to try my very best that that's the case. You know what I mean? And so I kind of left that loophole, so to speak, that opening, because if I say, oh, yes, guaranteed, no, yes, you'll be off, then I don't know what'll happen between now and then. I mean, Thanksgiving just passed. Christmas is a month away. Anything can happen. People, come and go. We have a high turnover in this industry as it is, just in general. So, I don't want to say, oh, most definitely you'll be off, but I will do my best to make that happen, and just keep lines of communication open. Maybe you can work, but you can only work part of the day or something like that, right? So lottery, sign-up sheets, rotations. Number 1 key being, be transparent, communicate, do your schedule early. Don't wait until, like, if you normally post, everyone's different. If you normally post Friday before the next week, and your week starts on a Tuesday, or, whatever, post it early. Post it the Friday before. Give people plenty of notice so they know what's going on. They can make plans with their families and friends. They're not waiting till the last minute, kind of just twiddling their thumbs, like, I don't know what I got, I don't know if I'm gonna work. They can't make plans to go out of town, stuff like that. Just give plenty of notice, all right? And do your best. That's all you do. Do your best.